It is, right?
I'm waiting for it to pop up right now. Bear with us. Oh, it just popped up. It just popped up. So, yeah.
It was good. It was right side.
Yeah, we saw it. Share it real quick. All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we begin, I want to start by giving all honor, all praise, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Chakbarash. The homage to the elder apostles and bishops of the great Muslim that rule well. And as always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect, that are scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. And we're going to get into it. You know, as you can see the title of the lesson, you know, the fullness of iniquity is the end of Esau's world. You know, because you got to understand that iniquity has to reach a capped limit, you know, before the Lord, you know, brings in that harvest. You know, when the scriptures talk about how the Lord's going to, he's going to thresh, he's going to, it tells you that in 2nd Ezra, I believe, either the 4th or 5th chapter, it says how that seed of evil will be sprung up. And then it said how, and then he asked the question, how long, you know, will this happen? And he said until the day of threshing. So the Lord has to allow this wickedness that we're seeing in the earth that got us very spiritually agitated, vexed, you know, worn out. But we have to, you know, watch it spring forth and reach its cap limit, and then that's when the Lord's going to come in and pretty much bring it to judgment. I appreciate it. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. That's dealing with the length of time that the Lord will give, you know, a particular nation to rule. You know, just like in his flesh, you know, we have a set time that we're gonna be born, live, and then expire. It's the same thing with empires. They have a time that they're gonna be rooted. They're gonna rule and dominate for a period of time, and then the Lord puts them down and raises up another. You know, and the Lord allows for the iniquity of that particular empire to reach a certain limitation, and then he brings that empire down and raises up another. And it varies depending on really the Lord's will, because the Babylonians ruled, what, 50 years? And then the Persians and the Medes, they had their rule, and I think we were 70. In Babylon? Yeah, Babylon, okay, sorry. Yeah, I know it wasn't as long as the other ones, but
Ancient Egypt, 400.
Ancient Egypt, yeah, 400. So
Here, we've been
400
plus
500. You know.
And if you start adding these different captivities together, it's been a long time. You know, we only had 80 in righteousness, and it wasn't even 100% righteousness because the king went down, showing you that it wasn't, talking about King David and King Solomon, showing you that it wasn't the time of perfection in it either. But that time is coming at the end of this. You know, this is what we believe. We don't believe the world can withstand another time, another rule that ain't in righteousness.
Yeah, because this is like the scriptures say, and this was back during the old Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire. The Lord said that if he doesn't shorten the days, there would be no flesh to be saved. So that's just that's just a way of saying that wickedness is going to be so great that
life on earth is going to be is going to be in a dire situation.
And that's because iniquity is bound.
Because iniquity is over the top.
Can I read it?
Yep.
This is Matthew 24. If I may, I'll go to the point, which is 21.
Because what is the consequence of sin?
Death.
Death.
Mm-hmm.
And if iniquity is at an all-time high, that means what? Death is at an all-time high.
And the iniquity has to match, the death has to match the iniquity that's going forth. Going forth.
I got that later. Yeah, that sparks something. But yeah, this is Matthew 24, verse 21 and 22. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." And part of that is because he is the worst, most profane man created on the planet. And this is the height of his rule. Okay? And now, so when it goes down, of course, he's going to have iniquity at an all-time high. And at the forefront of that is the Israelites. Okay? Catching the brunt end of that. Okay? It says, verse 22, "And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." Hey, because it has to be, because the elect have to make it. We were talking about Enoch, I believe last week, was that at camp? But we was going into Enoch, and the whole point was, you can't leave. Everybody would be corrupted if he would have stayed. I forget how it was worded. So he, and I think it was in Esdras. How was it worded about Enoch?
You talking about the one in Wisdom of Solomon?
Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon, 4th chapter.
How was that one worded? Anybody remember?
I'll grab it real quick.
Yeah, to keep him from, I forget how it's worded, but because so he wouldn't be tainted with the rest of the wicked that was in the first death. It was going to go down in the first death. You got it, bro.
So, Wisdom of Solomon 4, starting at verse 10 in the Good News translation, it says, "Once there was a man named Enoch who pleased the Most High, and the Most High loved him." While Enoch,
and that represents the elect in these times. Right. You got it.
While Enoch was still living among sinners, the Most High took him away, so that evil and falsehood could not corrupt his mind and soul.
So evil and falsehood could not corrupt his mind and soul. Hey, if we stayed here another 50 years, another 20 years, we'd probably be corrupted. It'd have to be the power of the Lord to keep that from us. But at what point would there be anything left to be saved?
And what's the difference between us and the rest of the world is we're able to identify the wickedness and damn and everything through the Spirit. Because a lot of these, as the brother was going into, as wickedness increase, a lot of these people won't be able to see the wickedness in certain things.
They're being desensitized.
Right.
That's why they releasing these files and the little shit that we're reading about what's in them files, and we know that they're just scraping the surface.
Yeah, the Diddy was the warm up.
Yeah.
Now this is like they dropping their, oh shit, this is great, and the people seem to be really into it because it's juicy, not because they're angry at the wickedness. Right. They're not gonna storm no governor's mansions. They're not gonna. But you see the president already barricaded the White House, or he already started putting that together.
They're already saying let's just move on from all
this.
Yeah. Already.
Hey, you still got a lot of files.
We just gonna move on from y'all admitting through these files that y'all are kidnapping little kids, trafficking children, and
eating them,
sacrificing and eating,
sexualizing them.
So we supposed to just move on after that.
Right.
I don't know if y'all saw that. It was a video clip of it looked like it was a Jake in an airport, and he was just going around like, y'all just like, so everything is just gonna be normal. Like y'all not living about what's in these files. These are your leaders, your world rulers doing these things, and y'all ain't got nothing to say. It's just a regular day for y'all.
Right.
Let me just go board my flight.
Let me
go fly over here so I can,
vacate or whatever.
Like you said, it's being desensitized where people don't care. Like, oh yeah, Epstein files, and then on to the next file.
Damn, that's crazy.
And they'll just throw a face out, Jay-Z, or this celebrity or that celebrity. Man, Jake went harder on Diddy.
I'm telling you.
And R. Kelly.
They went harder on them than these motherfuckers that we're finding out about.
Is that
You know?
is that Nicki Minaj just put in the beans?
Yeah,
Like, you know,
but she aligning herself with these
yeah,
motherfuckers that she's aligning herself with.
you've
They all
already
through the
been aligned.
fathers.
Yeah, you already been aligned with it. But my point is, she's saying things. They up there eating and killing babies, and she's saying other things before. Now that it's coming out, people don't even care.
And
People, you got it, man.
I have a little information on what you just read in Matthew 24
Yep.
about the days being shortened.
Yep.
Well, this is I did a few videos on this, but this is like the so-called scientific, of what's happening with the days being shorter. It said the Earth is currently spinning faster than usual, leading to shorter days. Recent observations indicate that since 2020, each day has been approximately 1.5 milliseconds shorter than the standard 24-hour period.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, you can do more research on it.
It feels like that with Esau fucking with the time, daylight savings and all that.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's
Nothing's
just
lined up no more.
and the world is growing older and weaker.
I have that.
You know, so it's more increased disease, cancer, sickness. You know, everything is at its worst. You know, the quality of the earth is below the earth,
Right.
and that's why the earth isn't. It has to be reset at some point.
Yep.
Which ultimately, that's what the Lord's going to do when He brings in his judgment.
Nuclear missiles.
Yeah, man, He has to, because it's out of hand, man.
It's like the earth is rejecting Esau.
Yeah.
You know how your body,
You reject certain
yeah.
chemicals or whatever. Yeah.
What's that? Sirach 10, where it says that a physician cuts off a long disease.
Yep.
Esau, he's showing you he is that long disease.
Yep.
Every scandal, every plot, you know, everything that we're finding out, all these different agendas, you're gonna find Amalek there 99.9% of the time.
Yep.
You know, all these rings that they talking about, Amalek is involved.
Yep.
A fucking a biolab where they cooking up diseases,
Yep.
Amalek is involved.
Right. In a residential neighborhood.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And then while of course the steam files, Amalek is all through there.
Yep.
But while people were being distracted by that, they said that Bill Gates, they gave the okay for him to start putting mRNA
Yeah.
In crops.
in the crops,
Yeah.
in the food. So he wants to do that. While he's also wanting to block the sun
Yeah.
Yeah.
with chemicals. And then now all of a sudden you're getting all these food recalls.
Yep.
You know, there's some toxic chemicals in this food, or there's a recall on this beverage because of this ingredient is in it. It causes this, it causes that. So you think if you go into the store, fucking everything is in danger.
Everything is suspect.
Everything.
Ezekiel 4 said, children of Israel should eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles. And what does that mean? All the food is polluted.
Yeah. And that's twofold, because it can be polluted as in a lot of our food is defiled with unclean food, but also a lot of the food they prayed over it in the name of idols. You know?
Yeah.
That's the one. You know, they do little rituals when they kill it. You know, so all this shit it's all defiled. It's all contaminated. So if the Lord don't speed the time up, we be dying off, man.
And if I can say to tie the title of the lesson, and that's just a few of the ways that iniquity is abounding right now. Okay, all of this has to be cut off. These idols and the idol worship and the praying to false gods, all that got to get cut off. The minds of the people that can't repent and change, they got to get reset. And whether through harsh tribulation in the world or literally by death, by pain. Okay, and this all has to come at the end of Esau's rule.
Yep.
Somebody else?
Back in the Wisdom of Solomon 4, we finished it. It says, verse 11, It says the Most High took him away so that evil and falsehood could not corrupt his mind and soul. We all know that people can be so fascinated by evil that they cannot recognize what is good even when they are looking right at it. Innocent people can be so corrupted with desire that they can think of nothing but what they want.
When you go into Isaiah the 58th chapter, it tells, the first verse says,
Cry loud.
you cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, show my people Israel their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. Basically, you look right at us when you walk down the street, you look at the video titles and everything, but you don't realize our purpose. Our purpose is to show you how to minimize, I should say, iniquity. Okay, so the Heavenly Father can see that you're working toward righteousness and have mercy on you. If you know, that's a gift of faith and everything that comes with that, and predetermined. But just saying, like, this is what the people look at and they just fan their hand. No different than like we were going into Epstein. It's like you see the seriousness of it, but it don't mean nothing to you. You know, we're out there really. I mean, so y'all just black on y'all going to all other things, but you don't realize the righteousness we're teaching about written in the book. That's what's really going on. Okay, we tell you who's this for and the prophecies those are vital, but we're also telling you stop eating this, stop believing in that, stop doing these certain acts. And you people just want to stay involved in it. Okay? Anybody else has something?
It says,
Oh, yeah.
this man Enoch achieved in a few years' time the perfection that other people could not attain in a complete lifetime.
Exactly.
The Lord was pleased with Enoch's life and quickly took him out of this wicked world.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what the elect are looking forward to, or there will be no flesh left to be saved. This man has
That's
to.
why he had to set a remnant.
Exactly.
Because we would be like unto Sodom and Gomorrah. It would be none of us left if the Lord didn't create a remnant for himself.
Because this flesh is undefeated.
Yeah.
The house is the only one that was able to defeat the flesh.
And one thing about this particular kingdom being at the height of iniquity is how Esau, him being a natural fornicator and profane person, he allows the commemoration, the rituals, basically all these idolatrous paganistic practices. He allows that in his kingdom.
Yep.
So the influence from all of that is going to accumulate in over the top iniquity.
Yep.
That's what's influencing the behavioral patterns of the people in the world. You know, with him being the dominant one in power. So that's why once Esau's actually thrown down, iniquity is going to be, right. And that's not to say that there ain't going to be no sin at all in the earth once he's thrown down.
Right.
But that cap limit, that cap limit of iniquity, which is at its highest right now, that's going to be brought down.
Right.
Well, look at it like a scale.
Yeah.
Wickedness is tipped all the way up on the left, but you got a little bit of righteousness within the elect. You know, when Yahweh Shah comes back and sets up his kingdom, it's gonna be right side up.
Right.
So there's gonna be a little wickedness amongst the other nations, that we're gonna have to handle. But it ain't nothing.
The judgment is going to go forth.
Yeah, exactly.
For all the wickedness as well.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not going to be in this kingdom where you get rewarded for the more wicked you are. It's going to be the very opposite.
And you're gonna have them other nations. They're gonna be policing themselves as well, man.
Don't do that.
Yeah, because they're gonna love us.
You don't realize how much better a righteous lifestyle is versus what they've been accustomed living in nowadays.
Just like Jake got Stockholm syndrome.
Yep.
They love Esau. Well, shit, the nation's gonna love us.
They're gonna see why they love us. Because they're gonna see the prosperity that they're gonna receive by following the righteous laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's was that Deuteronomy 4?
Yeah. You see where, bro?
That was it.
I had 2 Ezra 7. If no one had nothing, 41. It says, even so, seeing corruption is grown up and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly. Wherefore shall it not be so also now also? He answered me and said, the present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, in the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past.
Right, because being in this flesh, which is sinful, you know, it allowed us to have to experience and partake in sin. And then with the outside influences, you know, all these different idols, false idols, you know, all these wicked paganistic nations, which is going back full circle. You go back to the time of the sons of God and how they intermingled with the daughters of men, and they corrupted themselves. But the Lord, He had that happen, like it was it in Romans the 8th chapter where it says that He subjugated us to vanity, not willingly. Hold on, let me do this.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah,
I mean,
you still in 2nd Ezra 7, right?
Yeah.
Read, jump to
47.
jump to verse 48.
48.
Yeah, and then read down to verse 50.
Okay. 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee.
All the sons of the Most High. And we had to fall. Go ahead.
For what profit is it unto us, if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death?
Yeah, we wicked, drawn in sin. You know, there's sin all around us. We easily influenced by sin. So what's the purpose of us being promised an immortal time that we're already?
we can't win.
Yeah.
According to the law.
Yeah, but what answers that? And and one of y'all can get that in Romans 8. That's the answer to it. But, read the next verse.
And that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain.
Can I add this to it? That's why I think the apostle was Paul. It was Paul. I mean, the elder in Dallas was going into this a little bit when they were saying how it was this flesh is coated with sin, written in it. So we can't win because that's why Paul said that I would do is that I hate, and that I hate that do I. So he wants to do righteousness in his spirit, but he fails because it's coded into his flesh.
That's why he said, I see my flesh warring against my members, man. Or it's like in a spirit warring against my members.
Yep. And it be like that, you know. And it's the human experience. We have to go through it. And that, you know,
Finish.
no, but that is the point though. So we have to go through this, and there is an overall lesson that comes out of this. Okay, because think when somebody, that's why when I don't watch sports like that anymore. But when you watch them sports shows where nobody on the panel ever played professional sports, but they got all the critiques, like you don't know what it's like. How are you gonna be so harsh? We got to get firsthand experience in what sin is like. So once we are made perfect, we can judge sin in its proper balance. Okay, because it's not all the same, but it may all be bad, but you can't punish it exactly the same. A man that's stealing because he's a klepto, because it's fun, versus somebody stealing to feed their family. They're both stealing and they both deserve a punishment, but it can't be the same punishment, just to give an analogy, okay, of knowing the experience versus not.
Yeah, that's a law. Basically, somebody steal something, steal food, for example, just to feed their family that's starving, but they have to restore that certain person that they stole it from.
But if they get caught stealing, I forget what the punishment is, but it's harsher than that. Than just restoring them. You know.
Read 50 again.
And that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves, being most wicked, are made vain.
Right. So even back then, Ezra, he acknowledged that there's a promise to us, but he didn't fully understand the fullness of what we would have to endure until Yahweh Shai came, which ultimately, when Yahweh Shai died, that meant assurance for us, where we would basically we'll be in bondage under that hope of expectation to be redeemed out of these chains of darkness. And that's what's ultimately what we're going to receive at the Yahweh Shai's coming. That's what we're waiting on. That's what we're hoping for. We're prisoners of hope.
The second covenant.
The second covenant. Now get Romans 8 and 20.
Yeah.
And this Romans 8 and 20.
Yeah.
It says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by the reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope."
See that? So that pretty much answers what Ezra asked.
We all fell. How come we all fell? Because you the one did it, but we all had to fall. Why? We were made subject to vanity. What did it say again?
And it says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly,
Not willingly.
but by the reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope."
Yeah.
They're saying the same thing back in Second Ezra 7 and 70. I mean 7 and 50.
Yeah.
And there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves, being most wicked, are made vain. Paul answers that.
Yep.
We were made subject to vanity, but not willingly, because the Lord subjected the same to that hope.
Yep.
And what was that hope? To be redeemed.
Yep.
To be delivered out of these chains of darkness, the bondage of corruption, the glorious liberty of the sons of the Most High.
Yeah, to get back to that first estate.
Right. Because we fell. Us going through hell and having to experience iniquities and getting sick and pain and going off and feeling fucked up about it. That's all part of that bondage.
Yep.
It's a lesson.
It's a lesson, man. That's part of that fall. All right, but we getting ready to be restored again, and while we getting ready to be restored, we're looking at iniquity and how high, like the iniquity levels, it ain't never been this high on earth. Just based off the new inventions, you know, the newfound ways to commit wickedness, commit sin. You know, and people tripping off of the sick shit that these super rich elite do behind closed doors. But a lot of people have been, you know, going into the information and studying and going into the history. It's actually just resurfaced.
From
Babylon,
Canaan,
Babylon, Egypt.
Yeah.
They were doing the same wickedness back then. It's just now it's on a higher level. You know.
Yeah, now you have access to actually look into what they're doing.
And that's why the Most High is allowing it to come out. He wants it to all come out. So he's getting ready to bring it to judgment.
Right. If you think about it, you know it's the Most High in the works, because if you done all this wickedness, why would you expose yourself?
Right.
You know, that's like you got the what is it, minutes, the tape, and put it on YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just like, it's like, but you know, the Most High is working on the minds of these devils to really reveal themselves.
Right, because they're openly just speaking about these things because they know that there's what's that word, impunity. There's no
Immunity?
No, impunity is when there's nobody there to bring you to judgment, basically.
Yeah,
like,
they're too powerful.
Exactly. Like
we're not under the law like you regular civilians.
They know they control the media, so it'll be news for a week or two, and that shit will be swept under the rug. They'll say, oh, it went to case or whatever, but Jake do something. That shit's, you getting a, I remember when you getting a Michael Vick update every day.
Yep.
You getting a Diddy or what, you
Kobe,
know, update every day until that nigga was behind bars.
You remember when Kobe got caught with adultery or whatever it was, right? They had this thing on the news every day and playing in the game every night. Like it was all over. Even when it was settled, they wouldn't let it go. But this shit is getting swept under like it's nothing. And it's not even the same kind of situation.
The Pat Bondi bitch was
Yeah.
start talking about the stock market. Look at the Dow and look at this.
Look how good things
They
are.
gotta keep diverting,
Yeah.
deflecting.
Like, hold
Like,
on.
hold on.
I'm not letting this go.
Y'all got kids.
Yeah.
It's trafficking. It get, you know, doing all kind of manner of, not just trafficking kids, killing kids.
Yeah.
You know, disposing the bodies.
Yeah.
Disposing the bodies in fast food.
Sulfuric acid.
Yeah.
Fast food.
Putting it in our
We
food.
gotta put it in the hamburger.
I heard that
Fat
dude, Stein,
Yep.
he had like torture devices in that place, and where he would like crush baby skulls and shit like that, like
Yeah.
while they're alive. Like this dude is just pure wicked, man.
Mhm.
This is the devil, you know.
Yeah.
They get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
And it's not the one man. Let's be real.
Oh, it's
It's
all
not-
of them.
yeah, this is they all like this shit.
Yeah, it's all of them.
You know, they feel like they get extra charged up in energy
Yeah.
from the left hand side for doing this. You know, it is a power trip because they feel like they can't be taken down.
A quick one. Exodus 21:16 NLT. Kidnappers must be put to death, whether they are caught in possession of their victims or have already sold them as slaves.
Yeah.
Not Amalek. They get caught, they got dual citizenship.
Yep.
They could just leave the country.
Just so you.
You know?
This dude
I
is
think
over there
those-
chilling
Go ahead.
in the Holy Land right now.
Oh,
Talking about-
Yeah, with the beard
Yeah.
and everything.
If you said he looked like, you said exactly what he looked like. With the
He
full,
walking around looking like he homeless,
yeah.
but he got all these bodyguards with him.
I was gonna say, I think those victims that came to the whatever, I think they all set up too. They may be real victims, but
Yeah, they over.
they're just a prop for Esau to make it be seen that much believable, even though we believe it, but make it seem authentic. Because at the end of the day, if they wanted to silence those so-called victims or whatever, they'd take them down a long time ago.
They can take him out
They
or
can take-
give him money.
Right, give them money. So it's all a show. But but the things that are coming out are actually real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I want to make one little point. You have more?
No, that's it.
I want to make a point about it. Something that I'm realizing watching all this stuff come out and how people are just completely desensitized by it. The Most High wants to know who's going to stand up for the the workers against the workers of iniquity. Who's really disgusted by this?
Yeah.
Because people are like they said, the airport, like, y'all just cool with this? You act like your president wasn't implicated. He was in it. He said he was in it more than JC was written in the Bible.
So he's in there.
He's in it more than Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's written in 7 books, bro. Like this is crazy. Like these names are crazy. And then you see all your favorite heroes, all the people you really admire and look up to, they're in there.
Yeah,
Doing all the worst kind of shit. And we've been telling y'all long before this came out that this was going on.
Man, ain't got no shame either. I'm talking about you Israelite niggas,
Yeah.
man. They got no shame, man.
Yeah.
Niggas at the Super Bowl showing his face on the field and shit.
And the Most High looking at it like, okay, yeah, oh, you cool with that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know?
These people, they're so desensitized. So that's why you're not gonna have majority of our people. They're not gonna be signing crime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Lord's told the angel to go set a mark upon the foreheads
Yep.
of men that sign cry for all the abominations.
Mhm.
Those are gonna be the men that's gonna be bringing awareness to all this. They're gonna be pointing this shit out. They're gonna be willing to get targeted and their speech silenced for calling this wickedness out. You know, being put on a list.
Yep.
You know, or being blacklisted, being counseled, having your platforms taken down. You know, those are the men who's going to be sighing and crying for all this wickedness, man.
Yep.
Because their souls are being vexed by it. They gotta. It's one thing to like if you're in the spiritual realm, you're resting from it all. On earth, you gotta be down here and experience and see this shit in real time.
And we know we can't do nothing but pray,
Yeah.
repent, and call on Yahweh Shem
That's all you
Shai
can do.
to judge these people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But the Most High is allowing this to happen for a reason. All this wickedness got to come out because the man of sin has to be revealed.
And-
It said that it will be revealed in his time.
Yep.
So that would mean that Esau being the end of the world,
Yep.
him being in rulership, wickedness has to be at his height.
Yep.
You know?
Did you see that thing I sent with the Joe Rogan when they said the dude said they probably sacrifice babies every day
Oh,
in
of
LA.
course.
In LA,
Yep.
Oh, it's clockwork.
it's clockwork, man.
Yeah, 24-hour.
They get the chrome and then they do
Yep.
whatever sacrifice.
Yep.
You never hear about them.
Like the rest of the world is outside of America sees that this place is ruled by satanic
Yeah.
Yeah.
worshippers.
Yep.
And the worst of the worst, the criminals, you know?
They're not just out chanting. They're out
They-
they're actually
yeah,
doing
it-
physical, left hand spiritual acts.
Yeah, it's very obvious now. It can't be hidden forever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It eventually had to come out.
Mhm.
This high level of
The Lord explained that when he said about Nineveh, that he would lift up the skirts and show the nations the shame and nakedness.
this high
He said that I will make the gazing stop, and I will he said I will cast I will make you vile and cast filth upon you. And with all that coming out, that's exactly what's happening.
Yep.
Shameful spewing is happening every day.
and it makes sense because what are they gonna do? As the fame begins to rest upon the elect, the 144,000 particularly, they're gonna have to put the elect to shame at the same time. So they then vilify the elect. So if you anybody that following after them, they gotta get persecuted, man. Why? Because the Most High is really looking at this to see who's gonna still stand up for righteousness. Ultimately, even in the face of danger and death.
Yeah, him being the accuser. One thing about accusers is they like to project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When they feel when they know what's going on within themselves and the things that they have done and their guilt, when they don't feel right about it, they have to shift it
Yep.
to someone else.
Is that gaslighting? That's what we call
Yeah,
it. Yeah. Okay.
they have to project what the wickedness that they're doing onto others. That's what Esau is going to try to do against the men of the Lord.
See, that's what
They're best at that.
people like it.
Yeah.
That's it happening here.
We saw with October 7th thing, they're saying that they're beheading babies,
Yep.
raping,
Yep.
you know? But that turns out it's you.
Yep.
You're doing that. That's why there's a saying when it comes to the small hat, that every accusation is a confession.
Exactly.
Yep.
Everything that they're accusing somebody of, it's because they're doing it. And there's actual proof and evidence that it's them that's doing all these things.
But they'll go over to Palestine and do it. So it looks like it's the Palestinians doing it. If you get- And we know how you get down. And see, that's the thing about an identity thief. When you're an identity thief, you're hard to pinpoint it's a certain person that's doing something. Okay, so you don't know who it is. Like, damn, well, is it them or is it them? It was over there doing it. That I guess it's over there. But this man's everywhere. Got his hand in the cookie jar everywhere. Now that he's being revealed and getting caught, he want to act like he ain't doing nothing wrong. Why y'all being anti-Sim against me?
I heard they had a commercial.
Play victim.
Yeah, he's not even
Super
victim.
Bowl.
Yeah, with the Jake.
It's called the Blue Square.
Yeah.
They were offended by that commercial.
Which one?
They're offended by everything.
Well, they said it was like
In high school?
Yeah, they were offended by
Somebody
that.
put, I forget the words they put, but something JEW on the back.
Dirty J.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I seen it on the internet, I was rolling. But then they walked over, people like pointing at him. Yeah, because you're guilty. You've been doing shit.
Bro, even in that, ain't nobody bullying their ass in school,
Yeah.
man.
They don't go to school around
You
regular.
know, no, they go and
They got their own
guard
school.
schools. Yeah.
And why are they in every land? Like, they got their state now,
Yeah.
the land back, right? Shouldn't they all just go back over there?
They say that I don't know if you've ever seen it. That I seen an Instagram post. They said they got kicked out of the majority of those countries because of the child sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, like
They
you
get
know, of
caught.
course, kids go missing and
And
they
it wasn't happening until they showed up.
right. They was getting caught red-handed with the
Mhm.
that was one of the main reasons.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
And that just that man gotta be marked as the wicked. He has to be revealed. Okay? As the chief house of wickedness, man.
And that
So
is-
we know who to take out of power for this whole thing to end. So
Yeah,
righteousness could be saved.
every time he tries to deflect, every time he tries to, throw things out there to get you from, distract you from, pointing this man out in his wickedness, he's trying to cover up his own shame in a very subtle way.
Yeah.
It's like his way of trying to sow the fig leaves,
Yeah.
try to cover up his nakedness.
try to hide from the Most High.
Yeah, trying to hide from the Lord. Like the Lord sees you.
Yeah.
But he gets in that accuser mode to try to accuse the brethren, which is basically Jacob, where he uses Jake for the blame.
Yeah.
You know?
Where's Abel? I don't know. Why you asking me? You know, I mean, like, it's the same kind of spirit when you really look into it. It's the same type of spirit from the same man,
Yeah.
still manifesting today.
Yeah, he's not gonna do right. And he'll try to make excuses. He won't hold himself accountable,
Never.
and that's how Cain was. Cain, after he did the act, he did the deed,
Yep.
but yet he couldn't take the accountability.
Never show remorse.
Or the punishment.
Yeah, yeah.
Never show remorse.
Yeah. So you accusing Jake of doing all this wickedness, as if you're not in the background influencing Jake. You're not creating all these different vices. You ain't been experimenting on Jake. You still held accountable, because at the end of the day, you are the ruler.
Yep.
You hold the power. You have the authority, but you're not laying the law down. So guess what? Niggas are a creation that you put together.
Yep. Modeled after you.
You know?
And it's made in a nigga's made in Esau's image.
Yeah, exactly.
Like particularly the lowly plantation Edomite.
Mhm.
As the scripture say, "Ye are your father the devil."
Mhm.
You know, and the lust of your father you will do.
Yep.
And Yahushua was speaking about Jake, man.
I'm gonna grab this scripture, Jeremiah 49:10.
Yep.
Says, "But I have made Esau bare, and I have uncovered his secret places, and he is not able to hide himself. His
Yeah.
seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not."
Well, and look, if you look around and everybody is effed up but you, then you look at all the works of the people are the same. How come you ain't effed up?
Right.
Because it's stemming from you.
Yeah. And why you not trying to help him?
And
If you're such this good guy. You're
Yeah.
just,
they said this. They said Bill
it's
Gates
like
could
it.
give. Go ahead.
So like not to cut you off, but they claim to be the chosen people. You have the Holy Land. Everybody's supposed to be coming to you as a light.
Mm-hmm.
But everywhere we find you,
There's wickedness there.
there's nothing. There's no righteous light in you.
Right.
There's nothing but darkness, wickedness.
Yeah, Esau greatly despised.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah,
resources.
you getting fucking booed at your own Olympic games.
Yep.
As soon as you come out with your flag, you're getting booed.
people are actually in the different nations around the world. They're banning them. Like, nah, you
Yeah.
can't come in here, bro. Get going. You know,
Right.
little by little, that resistance, that pushback is happening.
Yeah.
Because the shit that you're doing is it's come on,
It's
man.
outrageous, bro.
Come on.
They think they can do it here because they know America has the biggest influence on the world, but it's not working. Eventually, or what's happening, niggas ain't gonna wake up until they got the troops on their ass. But these Edomites, these MAGAs, they own Esau's.
Yeah.
These two-term loser Edomites.
You see, it was one guy. This ain't what I signed up for.
Oh, yeah.
We signed up for you to drop the hammer on these, to tighten the noose on these,
What they
tighten
say?
the noose on these, basically.
Drain the swamp.
Yeah.
All that shit. Yeah.
But you can't be in here doing this extra shit. We didn't sign up for that. You know, like they didn't want to have to hear that they people, the people that they backed was rooted in wickedness and that they ain't with.
Yeah.
You got more? No, I got one in 2 Thessalonians.
I got some stuff in ChatGPT too.
We were mentioning this. Let me read it real quick. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 6. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time, right? For the mystery of iniquity do already work. It's not a mystery no more. Everybody can see you. They can see all the wickedness you're doing, and these files just confirm it. It was like, dang, this is like, so we like being in trial and saying we allege that he's doing this. No, I have evidence, Exhibit A, and they're showing you what these men have been, what these people have been doing, like some horrific photos and shit coming out. But of course, they allowed AI to come out first. Oh, they gonna probably say, oh, that's fake, that's AI. You're gonna be those people, but nah, man. When you learn, you're around enough of them, a few of them, you'll get the sense of that they're into that type of shit. Okay, that's what they're into. Especially when you read books like Codex Magica, and you see all these witchcraft works and shit that they do, that their Talmud and all of that talk about. You see that they're really into those things. All right. It says, "For the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth." And it's the prophets that have been doing this, man. The elders said it, man. It was perfect how he said it. And it's basically everything that you guys are talking about, or the internet is being set on fire with, is all a talking point that we've been making. The only thing they taken and dissected all of our talking points just to separate it from the righteousness of the Bible. But prophecy, even some people picking up the Bible, trying to talk about it in their own breakdown. But the red pill movement, the with the women ain't SHIT type thing, that's out there from us. Okay, you look at the elite wicked, that's from us. We was revealing it way back when Aaron Russo, and even before our apostles and elders before that. Way back when Aaron Russo was talking about it.
Yeah, just like it says in Ecclesiastes 9, that wise poor man, or basically wise poor man.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers us, man.
Yeah.
They always remember,
They remember
the
somebody else
the
did.
people that got status in the society, what they say.
Yep, they'll remember.
We've been saying it for years.
Cardi,
with the
she
apostles
said-
on down.
Not Cardi, Nikki. You remember Nikki said
Yeah,
it,
they remember
but
that.
they won't remember us.
Yeah, even though she a part of it.
Right.
Yep.
It says a little more. Yeah, whom the Lord shall consume with the brightness, consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Talking about that end that has to happen. This iniquity, all these things, because we go a step further than just calling it out. You people bring out these talking points, but there's no resolution for these talking points. Because all of these talking points are based on iniquity. We're the only ones that have the answer or the fix for it. And it's death by pain, destruction, fire, and righteousness. Okay? A little more. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Yep, that's pretty much the point.
Yeah, if I could bring this out, this is from the chat, and it's dealing with how the Most High deals with sin and how he allows it to saturate. It says, and how it plays into final time judgment. This is how this plays into end time judgment. It says, the Most High allows time for repentance. Judgment is delayed. And that's what that second is, the 3rd chapter.
Yep.
You know, men count slackness.
Yep.
It says, judgment is delayed, evil is permitted to develop fully. This reflects divine patience rather than indifference. Sin has a saturation point. There is a moral threshold in history. When wickedness reaches its divinely measured limit, judgment becomes inevitable.
Yep.
Because right now, we can look at, you can go on World Star, you can go on TikTok. Like, brothers been bringing out, and I've been going into it too, how shameless these women in adultery are.
Yep.
Like, these women will be married for decades with a man. And it'll be quick, with no hesitation, to just walk away from their family just for a little fling, for a moment. And she'll say some shit like, well, I got bored, or you was too good, or I have needs, and you know, just dumb shit. You know, and it's so many, like, men don't even trust women anymore. Ain't nobody getting married anymore. It's not even worth it.
They ain't approaching women.
No.
It's worth it. Spending the rest of your life trying to please this woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You giving her the world, but she getting piped down by a dude who ain't even giving her a French fry.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the Lord, he has divine patience, because we get angry.
Yeah.
All this, like, videos brothers be sharing, it, man, brothers be hot. But just imagine how much patience the Most High have, because these people, they're doing their wickedness, and it seems like they're just going on with their life, prospering.
Yeah,
But they just don't understand that the Most High, he's ultimately giving everybody enough rope.
Yep.
Oh, I had something.
He's giving these people enough rope. Esau included, especially him.
Yep.
Was that in I think it's in either Proverbs or Job, where it says that he shall be hanged with the cords of his sin.
Can I read this couple right quick?
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, start at 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, right? Wait, how do you get away? How are these people getting away with this for so long?
Yeah, we go off or something. We get judged
Bro,
quick.
Man.
Next day.
And
Next
us,
hour.
we accidentally do something.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
even realize we effed up and the judgment then came. We like, hey, where'd this come from? Oh, I think that was with that.
You be scared the whole day.
Man, you know,
Hey,
for accidents.
Eleazar actually said that.
Yeah.
The Most High judges us different than he judges the other nations. You see what I'm talking about? Second Maccabees 6.
Yep.
Yeah, the Most High, he don't let us slide for shit.
Well, but you
He'll
let
be
your
more
kids.
patient towards the heathen because they're naturally like that.
Yeah.
But
Y'all
he'll
know
wait
that.
till a certain limit or fullness of iniquity before he removes them. But with us, when we go off, the Most High, he automatically.
But that's how you are with your children.
Yeah.
With your own children, that's how you are.
Yeah.
You like, hey, you better, you see a kid at the store, the department store. I remember the department store and shit, right?
Yeah.
You be up there ready to tell your parent, hey, you go, oh shit, like, you know.
Even
For
when we
thinking
told
about it,
them
you just
in the car.
looked at it and your hand moved, like,
Yeah, we told them in the car, I'm gonna go over there and actually,
Exactly.
I see start at 8.
we already got the standard, so
Yeah.
we go in and
So
judge
we
quick.
break that standard, we deserve the harsh ass whooping.
No, it was Masala
Maccabees,
second
Maccabees.
Maccabees 6. You could probably start like around maybe the 13, 14.
Yeah, okay, 13.
Somewhere up there.
This is 2 Maccabees 6 and 13. For it is a token of his great goodness, when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as with other nations
Talking
whom
about Jake.
For not as with other nations whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish.
See, like the Hamites.
Yeah.
And when you read that in Genesis, the 15th chapter, and when I think it was Abraham, he was actually going through the land of Canaan, and the angel of the Lord told him that basically the land ain't ready yet because the iniquity of the Amorites haven't been fulfilled yet.
Yeah, that's why it was justified when it was time for us to enter
To
into
go
the
in
land.
there
They had been fully wicked
yeah,
at
kill them.
that point.
Yeah.
Because we read about the odious works of those Canaanite families.
I
What
was
they were
hoping
doing.
that Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, all the shit, the Epstein shit we hearing about now, they was doing that every day in the Holy Land.
And these devils, they're in the Holy Land.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just it's history repeating itself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Somebody get it.
That was all. That was all.
I
That
have it.
was.
Wisdom of Solomon 12.
Yeah, you can get it.
I had it in the
And
GNT.
then get Genesis 15 and 16.
That was it on.
I had it in the
No,
GNT.
I know he got more.
Is that cool?
That's fine.
It's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12. Start at 4. It says, "You hated the people who lived in your holy land long ago, because they did horrible things. They practiced magic and conducted unholy worship."
This is reading like a modern
It's
current
it
event.
hits right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. That's why you got Iran. They burning
Yeah.
all the statues.
Yeah.
With Trump and
You know, Trump and
Milikowski pictures on
They
it.
got all the Masonic symbols
Yeah.
on it.
they got BB on there. And
Yeah.
I think they had like it was Baphomet and they had burned it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got offended by that.
Yeah.
They should be.
They got offended, bro.
How dare you?
It's anti-aseptic, they said.
Mhm.
I'll continue reading. It says, "They killed children without mercy and ate the flesh and blood of human beings." That's also in the files,
Yep.
you know? They were initiated into secret rituals
Yep.
in which parents murder their own defenseless children. That's if you want to be a hot celebrity,
Yep.
A-list.
We're watching the young adults that were the children of stars from the 80s and 90s. We're seeing how they turned out. We're looking at the what's that guy's name? Brown, Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the girl's name that was on the same show? Raven Simone. We're looking at what's his name? Jaden Smith and Willow Smith. We're starting to look at these people and see that their children are effed up, man.
Those are just survivors.
Yeah, right.
Like they actually do sacrifice, like their firstborn, or one of they'll have a miscarriage,
Yep.
but in reality, that baby was just given up
Yep.
for a ritual.
Yep.
It says, in which parents murder their own defenseless children. It was your will for our ancestors to destroy these people, so that the land which you consider the most precious of all lands will be a suitable home for your people. But even in this, you showed mercy toward their enemies, since they were only human beings. You sent hornets ahead of your army to destroy the enemy gradually. You could have allowed the righteous to destroy those ungodly people in battle. You could have wiped them out immediately with wild animals or with one harsh command.
Yep.
But instead, you carried out your sentence gradually to give them a chance to repent, even though you knew that they came from evil stock.
Think about America. What to the point of this lesson? How that was the Amorites, Canaanites. How the Lord is just letting this shit build up. Like
That's and that a Revelation 18 where it says, "And her iniquity have reached unto heaven." That hit now. Man.
Yeah, and I was thinking on
It hit different now.
Second and 15.
Because we're down here and we're seeing this shit every single day.
And it says also when the elite go into hiding, how they're gonna be afraid and, you know, basically like saying hide us. But yet they will not repent.
Yeah.
They'll still be like, what we do?
You know,
Yeah.
they're still not gonna repent.
Nigga, I cut you with a thing.
It says, but instead you carried out your sentence gradually to give them a chance to repent, and even though you knew that they came from evil stock, that they have been wicked since birth, and that they would never change their way of thinking. The whole nation was cursed from the start, and though you had not punished them for their sins, it was not because you were afraid of anyone.
And he had to, how much mercy is that actually? All right, I'm gonna let y'all chill because, you know, I didn't create you to be this. And like Esau, you can almost look at it like, damn, Esau did get a bad deal. You know, damn, the heathen did get a bad deal. You can look at it, but he still gave them a little bit extra. He can do what he wants, but he chose to give them a little bit
Well, he
of
still,
leeway.
he still allowed them to rule.
Right.
And
Exactly.
they knew the righteous way to do it.
The righteous way was in the earth.
Right, it was in the earth. It's in the scriptures.
It's through us.
Yeah.
It was through the sons of the Most High, the Israelites. They knew about that way,
Yeah.
but they're, you know,
You couldn't do it.
they're heathens.
The antagonist in the movie, he cannot change who he was created to play.
Yeah.
As much as he would like to be the good guy, he can't.
Don't
He
we
was-
love? No, I'm sorry.
It was. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was just gonna add in. Don't we love movies that do that when they show the antagonist as the good guy or he's cool through the movie, then he's revealed he's the deepest, worst enemy. Those are some of the most best movies.
We was the one behind it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was right with the protagonist the whole movie. He was next to him. He was cool the whole movie.
Yeah.
You know, but he was really the deep, dark, bad guy the whole time. You know, those were some of the best stories.
So that's how you know the Most High is the best
Yeah.
producer, director, writer.
Yeah.
You can think of Sirach 33 and 13, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as like of him best.
And it made me laugh. There's always that no-name guy that they just give him a little bit of a story arc in there, just so you have that emotional tie when he gets taken out. That's the only reason he's in there, and you can almost see it like that. Oh, this nigga ain't gonna make it. He's a kind of an asshole, but he probably will be the first to die in the movie. But then you get through the movie, and as he's building the character development, as the Bible traces that, you start to see who's who and what has to happen at the end. And this is the end. This man's wickedness is at an all-time high. Okay, and there's still a little bit more that he has to push forward. And this, because look, you people aren't mad. You people aren't even mad about this shit.
And the main thing that he has to push forward is that chip.
Hey, wait, let me say something.
That's what's going to basically.
Yeah.
I think right when that happens, that's when they cap.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where it caps at.
Yeah.
Right there.
So let
You
me,
finna try to put your device into my chosen.
Yeah.
so let's go back.
Now you about to try to grape my wife.
Let's go back one stage. Now it hit differently when you see that these schools, the same people basically is writing into law that you don't have ownership over your children, that your children can make their own gender decisions and so on. They're their own entities now, that they're trying to build that language up in law.
If you don't support them, they can take them from you.
If
Don't
they,
support their gender.
if they said, I'm scared, for whatever reason, they could have watched a horror movie. If they say, I'm scared, you scared at home? Yeah, I'm scared at home. Not putting together, they can now find any excuse to take them and putting that thing in them, you know, that chip in them basically is going to be the final draw. Because what do you think it's going to do to you? It's going to make you not fight against it. Okay? And you're not going to be able to track what they do to you. And man, you can just see how bad this is about to get. But it brings new light to that. The laws they was trying to pass. Okay, the left and the right are both wicked, man.
Yeah.
It has to be a righteous government set up, and this is what we're pushing for.
Yeah, but that's, to tie it back in, this is all part of that dynamic of good versus evil. All right, there's got to be righteous, and there's got to be wicked. There's got to be light. There's got to be darkness.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the duality, right? Verse 14, it says, "Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another."
One round against other rounds.
And then let me get this verse real quick. Sirach 42 and 23. It says, "All of these things live and remain forever for all uses, and they are all obedient. All things are double one against another,
Yep.
and he hath made nothing imperfect."
I got back on Isaiah 45:7.
Yep.
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
And it has a purpose that's only an eternal Godhead could truly appreciate.
Bro,
We're trying to glance into it.
when you can understand this dynamic, you can see why the Most High is so patient.
Yep.
He's letting both sides work itself.
Yep.
At the same time, building the elect up
Yep.
as you know, Esau and these niggas wax worse and worse.
Yeah.
So the judgment will be justified.
And the salvation
Yeah,
will be just
right,
Yep.
Yeah. So going back to I think you have read wisdom. No,
Was he
it was in
finished?
Wisdom 12. Wisdom of Solomon 12 about the wicked Canaanites.
Was he done in
Yeah.
Eliezer?
No, I think he had more on that too.
Yeah.
Now I think I called for Genesis 15
Yeah.
and 16.
16, yes.
Yeah, get that.
Genesis 15 and verse 16. "But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full."
In other words, it still has to accumulate.
Yep.
All right, and once it became full, what was the judgment? To remove their ass.
Yep.
Yep.
Send them hornets at them. Send Joshua to get them. You know, and had those battles. Jericho, get them walls down. Invade. Don't spare. Break up their altars. Break up their idols. So on and so forth. And this was more of a localized judgment.
Yep.
It wasn't a global thing. Now,
It's global,
with Esau being the ruler of this entire world, the iniquity of this world is what's going to bring his end. Where Esau is the end of the world. All right, he has to fall. In order for this wickedness to come to an end, he got to go. And that by default means all these nations that hold him up, they got to go.
Yep.
2/3 of our people that hold him up, they got to go.
All of them are guilty. Whether they were, Confederate with Esau and internal Esau, they all guilty.
Yep.
They're all going to receive their judgment according to their wickedness, and we know Esau is going to receive the worst judgment of all. And the thing about it is Esau not even going to receive the worst of it on this side. He got to suffer in the kingdom of heaven. You know?
And
This
he's
is just
that
that.
burst of righteousness, so it's gonna hurt more.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna vex him more, like it vexes us to be
Yeah.
righteous and the wicked.
It's getting put in your place and stopped and destroyed. That's easy work. The hard work, like you said, the hard work for Esau is going to be building up our kingdom. Watching us in our glory.
So I think
It's like the second Maccabees.
yeah.
This second Maccabees 6 and 13, it says, "For it is a token of his great goodness, when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbear to punish, till they become to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us."
So he deals how he deal with us. Like it says in Amos 3, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I punish you for all your iniquity. So Jake always wonder why, why we always suffering the brunt end of everything.
Right.
Why are we the scapegoat of everything? Why are these
Whereas
atrocities
how God
happening to
loved
us?
us.
Yeah.
They're gonna make, eventually they're gonna try to make Jake the face of this whole Epstein thing.
Yeah.
They're already working at it.
Yeah.
Why is Jay-Z and these rappers, you know, like,
This nigga walking around with cups of wine glasses.
Yeah, all that's gonna come out.
What is
They
this?
just use this nigga. You know, when that time comes, they gave him power and make him feel like he was one of them.
But that's
watch Drake be
Oh,
next.
yeah.
This nigga, he going up against the machine, suing, filing a lawsuit against UMG.
Yeah.
When you try to fight against a fucking beast like that, a system like that, they got your number.
This nigga think he a small hat, don't
Yeah.
he? You ain't one of them.
They finna make him realize you ain't one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they a few years ago they burned down Rothschild's home out there in L.A. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep. It wasn't the top guy, but it was one of the family. That's
His
right.
last name was Rothschild.
It was in like Woodland Hills somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, they got Jake lined
Yeah,
up
exactly.
to use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna come after all them niggas, man. But just know when they start blasting these famous Jakes, it's because Esau, he's trying to take the heat off himself.
Yep. Exactly.
You know?
Verse 14. For not as with other nations whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish, till they become to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us. Lest that being come to the height of sin, afterwards he should take vengeance of us. And therefore he never withdraweth his mercy from us, and though he punish with adversity, yet doth he never forsake his people.
When it says, how's it go? Basically rebuke them sharply so others may fear. And the swift, I forget how it goes. One talk about a swift judgment. When you hear it, it's like you gotta be swift on that judgment when you catch somebody doing something wicked. It might even be in the law, but my point being, that's mercy. So you can have that quick acknowledgement to not get deeply rooted into it. Okay, so you can be like, oh shit, I'm messing up. Okay, let me repent, or let me, ask for forgiveness, or whatever the case. But when it's left to go on and on and on, what do you see? People just continue building it up to get worse and worse and worse, till there's no coming back from it.
Yeah.
What it said in Ecclesiastes 12, while the days come when I say I have no pleasure in them, you don't want to do right no more. He's too accustomed to doing wicked.
Proverbs 5:22, it says the iniquities done by a wicked man will trap him, and he will be held with the cords of his sin. You know, the Lord giving you that rope.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, just because the Lord doesn't act immediately upon you, that don't mean that he ain't allowing you to hang yourself. And that's basically this world is getting ready to hang itself. Yeah. All right, 2/3 of our people that deny Yahushua, man, you got plenty of room because your sins ain't covered. You know. So
I'm looking for the one in Revelation 18.
now back over here, back in the chat, it says there is a moral threshold in history when wickedness reaches its divinely measured limit, judgment becomes inevitable. The harvest motive, the ripening, which you can read that in Joel the 3rd chapter, where it says the harvest is ripe. The fats overflow, when the wickedness is great. It says the ripening imagery suggests moral processes unfold over time. History moves towards accountability. Judgment is the natural culmination of accumulated rebellion.
The problem is it ain't in everybody's lifetime. It happens over centuries, even millennia. You know, it can work. That's how it is. It works with the Most High. This is a millennia in the works, like a few millennia. You got it.
It says, this motive becomes central in later apocalyptic thought, where the world's corruption reaches total saturation before divine intervention. It says,
Solely saturated with evil and wickedness and iniquity
mhm.
has to be corrected.
It says, the Most High governs history morally. Judgment is not arbitrary, it is triggered by fulfilled corruption. The end time judgment occurs when collective human rebellion reaches its climax. In this framework, it signals that history has reached its moral breaking point. And then, yeah, this is what we're seeing. And then over here, it says, end of an age, this destruction is associated with the closing of an age, and it's talking about Esau, where the cup of iniquity is full, leading to divine judgment and establishment of the Most High's kingdom. Yeah.
You gotta think that, like, this is the most wicked in the history of the world that we're in, that we're entering in. It's only gonna get worse. You know, the Esau being revealed for the, you know, shit, all the wicked shit. You know, you're gonna see more things come out about your food, about your air, about just water, just, you know, especially with this TikTok and all these different social media platforms. So ain't nobody gonna have no excuse, you know. But a lot of people are gonna still, you know, conform and, you know, I gotta eat and, you know, I got a job and you know. So he's been revealed at the same time. He's gonna come with his devices,
Right.
like the UBI, you know, 15-minute cities and the convenience of this new world order. That's what's gonna draw a lot of people in, but
There's gonna be more draconian
yeah.
measures, because this man is trying to stay in power.
Yeah.
He don't want to give up the seat.
He remembered the blessing was forever.
Yeah.
What you mean a season? Oh, forever.
This system that he implemented is expiring. He's already got a new system
Set up,
to take over, because he's thinking about the next 1,000 years. You know, that's what's playing out right now. And if any resistance is gonna be met with harsh
Oh yeah.
Swift
penalties.
Yep.
Okay, this man is he knows that he only has a small window to try to put everything in place, man, because time is not on his side.
It says right here, it says Esau as an end time symbol. In post-biblical interpretation, especially in Second Esdras, Esau becomes symbolic of the final oppressive world power. Second Esdras 6 and 9, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob's beginning of it that followeth. Here Esau, present corrupt age. Jacob equals the coming redeemed age. In a latter Jewish thought, Esau is often identified with Rome, by extension, last empire. So Esau's world represents the final phase of human dominion before divine intervention. Yeah, and then it says Esau's world and moral fullness. If Esau represents the last age, then his dominion continues while wickedness accumulates. The Most High permits injustice temporarily. Once evil reaches saturation, the age collapses. There it is.
So they're linking Esau with wickedness.
Yep.
So through the process of elimination, who the most wickedest nation on the planet Earth?
Yep.
Yeah.
Been revealed.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy when you see all your entertainers, Jake entertainers on these files, but then you look deeper and you start seeing names you don't even know. And just names like, who is this? Where do they come from?
And you research them. You
You
go
go
into
back,
it.
but this is
They own
the
this.
CEO
They
of
own this.
9 conglomerate companies.
He's a
They
senator.
run everything.
He's a mayor. He's a governor.
Yep.
This one guy, bro, he was awarded all these things because he was like a humanitarian and he was dedicated to rescuing children. He was on the list.
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot his name, bro. I gotta look him up.
But like, to your point, a lot of these adoption agencies,
Yep.
they're sponsored by the small hats because it's nothing but like a
Free racket.
yeah, like a free racket, so they could have the wicked
Pick a
have
litter.
their first pick.
Yeah.
I think I did a lesson on it. That shit is, man, it's wicked
Bro,
as hell,
I
bro.
heard that.
Like how they put the kids up there, and it's almost like it's like almost like almost like a, you know how like a fashion show is, how the kids
Yeah.
like you walk out.
Yeah.
That's how they do these kids. And like that's
Like a pageant.
yeah.
Bro, this is the people that own the companies that took our cap and gown pictures in school.
Yeah. Life touch.
Bro, them motherfuckers was
That
involved.
was in
Yeah,
their
bro.
picture. It was
They
in
owned
their
by them.
picture.
And every year they would know exactly how you're aging, progressing as you age, you know?
Yeah.
All the way up to high school, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sick.
So think about that. They have a database
Yep.
for all the children.
Mhm.
Like you said, from when they're kindergarten, from preschool, all the way up to, and Esau, obviously, they run the school system.
Mhm.
So they run the curriculum. Man, it's,
Fuck.
They got it all sold
It's
up.
a
Yeah.
web of wickedness, man.
Only divine intervention can change this.
I got pressure.
I don't think you got it.
Isaiah 32:5.
Yep.
The vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause to drink the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
Yeah. You know, they're gonna make it, you know, a thing to pretty much demonize anybody that's calling them out and calling people to righteousness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Calling this righteousness is calling them away from them.
Yeah.
Then it said hypocrisy. So
Yeah.
you know, you get it's like you said, the Edomite can do good things for for children or whatever, but on the other hand, at night,
Yeah.
you know, when he by himself in his house, he's doing all types of vile things to children. Man. You know, that's that hypocrisy Esau's on. Man.
Oh, speaking of, right, let me, I think it was in the Camp Heads chat where they said Trump and them, they're basically trying to call for Americans to turn back to God and
Yeah.
what
May
was that
May
post
May
that?
30th was it? This was one day coming up. I think it's May.
yeah. I vaguely remember a brother going into it.
Rededicating America to God.
Yeah, rededicate America back to what God?
What
Yeah,
are you talking
What
about?
God are we talking about?
Okay.
Straight up hypocrisy, man.
Can I read this precept real quick where you find it?
Go ahead.
Psalms 12:8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted.
You know, you saw that vile man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. He matter of fact, let me here it is. It says President Trump stuns America by announcing America would rededicate itself to God on May 17th.
May 17th.
And then when he's doing that and he's standing at the podium and he has on a purple
Purple
tie.
tie. Yeah, I saw that.
And we know that the two colors that makes it purple is blue and red.
Yeah.
You know, so we already know this is more witchcraft from Satan, man. But like the scriptures say in Proverbs, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart.
Yeah, it takes more than, banning transgenders from fucking not, banning transgenders
From the bad
and whatnot,
Yeah.
it takes more than that.
Yeah.
You just can't pick and choose whatever you want to follow. No.
I ain't standing up for righteousness. I got something.
Mhm.
this is Revelation 18, we've been quoting it, right? Verse 5, it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works."
Yeah, that's why you have a high influx of chariots. You know, that's monitoring Babylon, man.
Yeah.
It was Amos 9 and 8.
Yep.
The eyes of the Lord upon the sinful kingdom. You know, you're gonna destroy it off the face of the earth. And that sinful kingdom is in America, man.
Yeah, in this original context is dealing with Jacob,
Yeah.
but you can apply it to America because it is a sinful, wicked kingdom.
Yeah.
You know.
A lot of Jake here that done fell under the spell, if you will, of wickedness because of America. So the Most High is taking out the root of the issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Jake been embedded in American politics,
Yeah.
you know, and all that, in the government.
Ain't nothing worse than an American loving nigga trying to tell you
Yeah.
what's right and wrong.
Anti-damn stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly who I was.
Nigga that's
Border
still
Patrol
eating
Mexico.
McDonald's trying to tell
Yeah.
you some shit.
You know,
Eating big kids.
Yeah.
yeah.
Stuffing fries.
Yeah,
White
with
talking.
relish and
Nigga, you
ketchup.
know what it is, nigga. This money is shit, so.
With a McFlurry.
Yeah. Right?
Fuck.
One more line in this one. It says, "In the cup which she hath filled to her double." She got to get the double portion, right? There's a bunch of these. I'm gonna hit a couple of them in here. In Second Esdras, the 15th chapter says, verse 5, "Behold, I say, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and her hurtful works are fulfilled." Right? "Therefore saith the Lord Yahweh, I will."
It had reached that cap.
Yep.
It had accumulated. You know. Too many children being hurt.
Yeah, man. The defenseless, man.
It's gotta be rough for especially like the northern Jakes right now.
Yep.
That's how you know we in Jacob's trouble, because they either gotta worry about
They get-
kidnappers
Yep.
or ICE.
Yep.
Yeah.
And look, the kidnappers.
Two different kidnappers.
I was just about- that's what I was
Traffickers
just gonna say.
or ICE.
Ice.
They gonna take you and send you back, and your kids are still here.
Yeah.
Then the kidnappers come and take the kids
Yeah.
Or,
and take them to the island or whatever.
or you get taken by ICE, and then you get go from the ICE facility
Yeah.
to the kidnapper,
Yep.
the pedo facility. You know, because that's what they're doing a lot of times. Where
Yeah, I'm sure they taking the kids
Yeah.
there and they taking the adults to like
Somewhere.
a concentration
Mhm.
camp or somewhere, some facility.
You're
Yeah.
never gonna see them again, man.
it ain't no, it's like it ain't no guarantee that they, like you said, you're gonna be with your family when you go on these different detention centers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's judgment from the Heavenly Father, man.
This
You
is
can't
why
show
this-
no pity. You know?
At all.
You can't show no pity on these wicked ass people, man.
Because you know they done something. Ain't nobody getting, what did it say? In Job 4, it says, whoever perished being innocent, or where will the righteous ever cut off?
Yeah.
Even in a little infant, man.
Yep, you did something, and
There's something.
he ain't known what to do nothing in his last life.
Yeah.
Incarnation.
It says, "I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness." We're talking about the mouth of the Lord, right? "Which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise," and exercise is physical, right? "Themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them." Yep, as the people are led to I read, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." Another one was in the 14th chapter, 2 Esdras 14, verse
Oh yeah.
16. "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen." This ties directly back when you were reading about what was going on in the land of Canaan, Genesis 15, I think it was. Right? Was that in the, what was that you were reading?
He's reading
Wisdom was Solomon 12. That's right. Yep. It says, "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. For the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hastens the vision to come, and thou which thou hast seen. And people are starting to have these dreams about the things that we've been talking about coming to pass.
Some crazy stuff happening right now. It's just another thing came out that I watched that the small hats are using over there on the Palestinians. It's called a thermobaric bomb. It basically, when it explodes, the temperature rises to over 4,000, 5,000 degrees. And the people who are investigating these war crimes, because they're war crimes, they say that, and especially the people, the family, the relatives are saying that all that's left is like a small splatter of blood, like just a mist of blood. They can't find no remains. It literally just melts you.
Like vaporizes.
Yeah, it vaporizes you because the heat that it produces, it's insane. And these are weapons that are banned, but they're using them.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you see stuff like that, you know that we're in a time where the rules of engagement, all the structure of the world and what's right and what's wrong, that is all out the window.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys aren't scared. The people of the world aren't scared enough, man.
They're not angry enough. These, especially women, here in America, they don't have the capacity to really take in what's happening around the world and around them.
Yeah, their own little bubble.
They're in their own little world, trying to chase after a dream or a fantasy. Delusional. But this shit is happening right now, and it's only gonna matter when it comes to here. When they start doing shit like that here, because they are gonna do it.
Yeah, because the Epstein files is going to matter when they start taking these little Jake kids. Well, they're taking already in Northern Kingdom, but when they start taking you little niggas out there, and you drop your son or daughter off at school and
Or
daycare, and they don't know where they went. The daycare people, you gonna bug out, and they ain't gonna be looking for no little nigga like they do like the Edomite kids on Amber Alert.
Right. Didn't Amber Alert was by well, so we found it first.
We find it first.
We keep on damn.
That's
Two scriptures that we can end off from. Give me Psalm 7 and 9, and then Psalm 10 and 15. Psalm 10 and 14 and 15.
First 7 and 9.
Get 7 and 9 first.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 7 and verse 9. It says, "Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just."
That's all we waiting on.
Yep.
We're waiting for the Lord to bring this wickedness to an end, and so he can establish his righteous rulership. It's going to be ruled by the just. Okay. This man, he clearly showed you what an evil man, when an evil man is given all this power and authority on the earth will do. All right. And it's been a hell of an experience, man. Bitter, very bitter in the end. Very bitter.
Yeah, this shit sucks. I mean, if you're watching the dunk contest or whatever right now, and you're thinking, yeah, this was great, or can't wait for the All-Star game, or you loved last week's Super Bowl, and then you can't wait to, you and your wife had a wonderful dinner. If you're really enjoying society as it is today, you ain't just continue enjoying, and when it go bad, let it go. Nothing you can do, but catch a missile, man. This place sucks. You have to love wickedness to be okay here.
Yeah, this place, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what?
It says, I'll read it again. It says,
Psalm 7 and 9. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. For the righteous power, Yahweh, trieth the hearts and reins.
I'll get Psalms 10 and
15. Yeah, Psalms 10 and
start at 14.
Psalms 10 and 14 says, Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite.
The Most High, he sees it all. He's beholding it all, man. Like it says in Proverbs, his eyes are in every place, beholding the good and the evil. So he sees us, man. Go ahead.
To requite it with thy hand, the poor committeth himself unto it. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Verse 15, break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none.
And that's ultimately what was happening. You know, it was bringing all his wickedness to light, searching it all out, making that what's the scriptures, second Ezra's, he used that word, Inquisition, man, and that's why he's being revealed, everything coming out, because the Lord's getting ready to bring this man to an end.
Holding nothing back, letting all this wickedness come out.
And let it all, hey, seek out his wickedness till thou find none. And then the Lord's gonna, break his ass through. All right, till he's no more. All right. So that, that's pretty much the premise of this lesson. That basically the cup of iniquity will be at its fullness at the end of Esau's reign, his empire. And that's why you're seeing all this wickedness and people are just desensitized and it's just normal to them.
Niggas still don't want record deals.
Yeah.
After all this shit.
It's
Still want they rap album out.
Even guys that know that they Israelites, they want in. So yeah, the Lord got to just bring total judgment. All right, but Lord willing, y'all will edify. We'll give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh.
Ba'ashir Yahushai, Ba'ashir B'chakodash.
Give honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone. As always, peace, blessings, and citation to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.